up, guys? Welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host, John Maffio, and welcome to the last video of 2014. Oh my goodness. Crazy how time just flies by, right? But anyway, welcome to the worst 10 movies of 2014. Granted, I did not see a lot of bad movies this year. I did see a lot of movies in general, so this worst 10 list is based on movies that I did see throughout the year. There are a lot of movies that did come out that were excruciatingly bad apparently, but I did not see them, so they're not going to be on this list. So I have no honorable mentions, just a 10, and without further ado, let's get started with this bullshit. Number 10 is Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. This is the one starring Chris Pine, the guy who you might know is Kirk from Star Trek, the new ones anyway. And I don't remember much about this movie. I remember it being okay. And, like, there was a scene in a bathtub where he choked a big black guy out. Oh, nope, that's probably something I shouldn't say right now. Everett Garner. Oh, I live on Staten Island. Shit. No, it was totally different context, though. The guy was like a bodyguard or something. But yeah, I don't remember the movie that much. It was very forgettable. Kind of stupid. And that's why it's my number 10. Number 9 is Divergent, the Hunger Games teenage novelization spin-off of something you've probably read before, starring Shailene Woodley and Theo James. My girlfriend loved this movie. I had nothing against anybody who loves this movie. Nothing against you. I just didn't like it at all. It's just a movie I feel like that just rips off of other things so much. I feel like it's trying to capitalize on the whole idea of Hunger Games and these other movies or books that have been coming out that have been catering to dystopian worlds and teenagers and stuff. And, I mean, it's got some decent moments, but for the most part, the movie is pretty stupid. It's my number 9. Coming in at number 8 is the TMNT. This is another movie that people loved or liked. I did not. The movie is terrible. The only thing that's good in this movie is the spirit that is captured by the turtles, which is good, but it's not enough to save the movie. There was just no conviction at all, and it was really sad to watch. It's my number 8. Coming in at number 7 is A Million Ways to Die in the West, directed by Seth MacFarlane. This movie wasn't funny. I laughed like twice. It's got a couple cameos in it that were cool, but it wasn't funny. It was kind of awkward to watch in the movie theater. It wasn't funny. That's why it's my number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Dumb and Dumber 2. It's another movie that wasn't funny. It had a couple jokes that were okay, a couple cameos that were cool too, but it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It's a movie that came out in the 90s. It was a different time for comedy in the 90s. It doesn't work in 2014. At least it didn't work in my eyes. I don't think it was funny, damn it. That's why it's my number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Annabelle, the Conjuring spinoff. Ooh, creepy doll. Fuck me in the asshole. It was so stupid. Nothing happens in this movie. Again, everybody mentions this one scene in the basement of an apartment building, which was kind of creepy and imaginative in a horror genre way, but everything else was by the numbers, horror cliches, scares, all that jazz. And the whole time I'm just like, what's gonna happen next? Oh, okay. They have something cool here. They had a cool premise here with the doll. They could have done anything. And instead, they waste their potential to make a movie that is just like any other horror movie, for the most part, and that was really sad. Who's going to remember this movie? People will remember The Conjuring, yeah, sure. That's a good movie. Not this one. No. That's why it's number 5. Continuing the horror trend, number 4 is Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones. This is a movie that had a really cool twist ending, but even the cool twist ending was really bad, which I'll explain in a bit. But the rest of the movie was just typical Paranormal Activity, like the parts that you don't care about. And it was a movie that I was not invested in at all. I was watching it stone-faced. I did not care about these characters or the story or anything. The only thing that really got my eyes to open was the ending. But the ending kind of retcons what happens in the end of the first Paranormal Activity. Any mystery that was in the end of Paranormal Activity 1 is no longer there. And that kind of pissed me off. And it still does. It really fucking pisses me off. I really wish I could scream louder, because I can't, because my fucking throat will start bleeding, because I have a fucking fever, but god damn it, fuck this movie. That's why it's my number 4. I love being professional. Coming in at number 3 is another horror movie, Devil's Due. This is worse than the previous 2 horror movies mentioned on this list, because the entire movie not only is by numbers filled with cliches, all that, blah, 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 but the character motivations are really, really unbelievable. This couple, after they get married, go on a honeymoon, I forgot where, probably some tropical island, and they're like wandering around this really deserted area, and they get picked up by this random taxi cab. He's like, here, I'll take you to a cool place. And they're going like far into the ghetto, far into the hood, and they get to the place, and it looks weird, and they're like, let's go down there. And they actually start going down this tunnel into like a freaking cave, and they're still like, okay, this is all cool, let's still go down there. And they get down there, the whole place reeks of wrong, and they're like, we're gonna stay here. And then they complain after that they got roofied at the end of all that shit. And then the woman gets pregnant with a baby, the demon baby, and the rest of the movie is just bullshit. I hate this movie so much. It's just a movie that hurts my head thinking about it, and I really hope nobody brings it to my attention ever again. Because we should all let it be forgotten, like the piece of shit that it is. It's my number 3. Coming in at number 2 is Tusk, directed by Kevin Smith. Now, I respect Kevin Smith a lot. He's made some really good movies. Clerks, love it. But something about this movie really ticked me off. And in a way, it's a movie that could have been really good, or at least really funny or something. But totally, this movie was just completely off, and just did things to me mentally that did not sit right with me at all. And you have this really shocking reveal, you're like, oh my god. And when it's supposed to be shocking, I don't know if it was intentional, but I laughed out loud at this reveal. The whole time just like, is this over yet? It's still going. Why is this one scene with Johnny Depp in a diner lasting like 25 minutes? The movie is really annoying. But I expected a lot more from it, and that's why it's so disappointing that it was that bad, and that's why it's number 2, because this movie I actually expected more from, when it was actually really terrible. And I'm sorry to report that, but it was so goddamn bad. And my number 1 of the year, the worst movie of the fucking year, is this piece of fucking shit. Why did it have to come out? Why are they making a 5th one? Jesus Christ. Transformers: Age of Extinction. Okay. I understand if you still enjoy these Transformers movies. That's you. Transformers has an appeal to people, apparently, still, because it still makes a lot of fucking money. But I had a big problem. I had problems with this movie. It is so bad. I thought I was going to get cancer watching this movie. I thought I was going to grow tumors all over my fucking brain. It was so goddamn bad. Mark Wahlberg is walking around going, hey, look, I found a Transformer. And then you got his little teenage daughter, 17-year-old, walking around like a little like Victoria's Secret model. And he's like, put on some clothes, honey. Then you got like the stereotypical boyfriend who's like, I'm older, but I've been having sex with your girl when I'm like 22 and she's like 17. You have these Transformers characters, these new ones, who you don't know shit about. All the ones you did care about, if you did in the last movies, they're all dead. Optimus Prime is bloodthirsty. He's out to kill. He's not that wise, philosophical Optimus that you knew and loved from previous movies and previous incarnations of Transformers. Now he's like, you all must die. And I'm like, what? This movie is 2.5 hours long. It drags on forever. The dialogue is nonsensical. There are scenes that don't make sense. There's product placement out the window with fucking Beats and Bud Light and they're just there. Age of Extinction is the biggest turd of a movie I've seen in years. I hate it so much. This is the worst movie of the year. And that's it, folks. Those are my worst 10 movies of 2014. I hope you enjoyed this list. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. But I want to know what you guys think. What are your worst 10 movies of 2014? Or your worst movies, just a couple, the ones that stuck out to you the most? Let me know in the comments down below. Any that I didn't mention that you would like to mention, like maybe apparently Legend of Hercules was one I didn't see that was really excruciatingly terrible. If you saw it, let me know how bad it was down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel so you'll never miss a video from me ever again. Also check out Facebook and Twitter in the info box. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones. I'll see you guys in 2015. Wow! That's crazy. See you guys next time.